Hello everyone, my name is Nicole and I would like to talk to you about the positive effects of marijuana and why it should be legal. First of all, let me tell you what marijuana is. Marijuana is a commonly used illegal drug made from dry leaves of the hemp or cannabis plant. Marijuana has many strict names such as pot, weed, dank, Mary Jane, hash, or hash oil. Marijuana has many forms. It comes unprocessed dried leaves of the cannabis plant, keef, which is a powder resin glands from the cannabis plant, hashes, which is a concentrated resin from the flowers of the cannabis plant, hash oil, which is a potent oil and resin compound extracted from the cannabis by a solvent. And then there's residue, which is tar built up on the insides of items used to smoke marijuana. Marijuana is usually smoked in a joint, a bowl, a bong, or some type of vapor machine. It can also be eaten. There come brownies, cookies, cupcakes, candy, and you can even find it in your average daily meals. Marijuana relaxes you. It decreases anxiety. It makes you laugh. It makes you more talkative, and it also enhances your sensory experiences. Marijuana gives you a high, but it isn't anything of the high of hard drugs such as heroin or coke. It's more of a euphoria high. Some of the positive effects that I found were good points were that marijuana, it can help improve lung health due to taking deep breaths while inhaling the drug instead of the chemicals that are in cigarettes. THC inside of marijuana also slows down the progression of Alzheimer's. It releases arthritis discomfort, along with many more positive effects medically. Marijuana can also be used medically to relieve pain of cancer patients. It helps with their nausea and vomiting, and it also just helps them feel more comfortable. Marijuana has a chemical in it that actually makes the cancer to stop growing. Marijuana is also used medically for multiple sclerosis, chronic pain, glaucoma, eczema, epilepsy, Huntington's disease, and insomnia. Some of the negative effects of marijuana include short-term memory loss, anxiety, paranoia, hallucinations, increased heart rate, and sexual problems for men. Higher chances of dropping out of school, addiction, and some financial difficulties. Everyone reacts differently to marijuana, so I don't believe that the negative effects affects everyone or anyone at all, to be honest. I did a short survey on my social media account asking why people use marijuana and why they think it should become legal. Well, I received responses stating that marijuana keeps them on point. It helps them to think clear. It gives them an appetite when they can't eat. It helps them to sleep when having difficulty sleeping. People even said it gives them energy to get up and move around, get up and clean, or just puts them in a all-around happier mood. There are 29 different states that have medical marijuana legal. California was the first to legalize marijuana for medical use back in 1996. West Virginia is the most recent. They legalized marijuana for medical use early this year in 2017. Each state varies on how much you can actually have in your possession at a time. And right now, there are actually 9 states that have legalized marijuana for recreational use. Those states include Alaska, which became legal in 2015 for any adults 21 and older to be able to smoke. California became legal recreationally in 2016. Colorado and Washington, they both became legal in 2012. Maine and Massachusetts became legal in 2016. And Nevada became recreational legally earlier this year. Oregon became legal in 2015 and Washington, D.C. in 2014. Alcohol and cigarettes are legal and can cause death, yet marijuana is illegal and no one has ever overdosed on or died from marijuana. There has not been one single report anywhere in the United States or anywhere that anyone has ever died from anything related to marijuana. 100,000 people die yearly from alcohol-related causes. 480,000 people die from smoking cigarettes yearly. Now, what sense does that make to have things that kill you legal versus things that help and don't have any harm to you or small side effects not legal. That doesn't make sense to me at all. Legalizing marijuana could actually help the economy. The government could save on prohibition and enforcement costs and tax revenue. Legalizing it could also save on prison costs. The United States annually pays $1 billion on drug-related marijuana charges. That's too much money that could be saved. It could also increase tax revenue. Also, marijuana users, they could also see a savings, freeing up cash to spend on other things. Over this video, I have discussed with you what marijuana is, the positive effects of marijuana, the negative effects of marijuana, and why it should be legal. So if you have any disagreements, please just let me know why you think that marijuana should not be legal.